Greetings, little Omen. Yeah, I'm talking to the one who just found out the universe held a meeting about you and forgot to invite you. A hidden council just crowned you without your consent. Nice headline, right? Sounds dramatic, sounds fake, except it's not. Because that's what your life has been, hasn't it? People in back rooms, people in group chats, people in family meetings, people at the office, voting on you, deciding what you are, what you're allowed to be. While you're just standing there staring at your own hands, wondering, when the hell did I sign up for this? You didn't. That's the joke. Let's walk through it. Leader who didn't ask. You get born. You don't choose your name. You don't choose your parents. You don't choose your body. You definitely don't choose the trauma package. But they hand it to you anyway. Nice little starter kit. And then everybody starts talking like they own stock in you. Be a good kid. Do this career, it's safe. Don't embarrass us. Don't dream too big. Don't fail. Don't be weird. They draw a little box. Then they put your name on it. And they call that love, or culture, or tradition, or how things are. Secret councils everywhere. In the family, in the school, in the office, online. And every single one of them acts like they know what's best for you better than you do. But this council, the one I'm talking about, oh, they're different. Because they didn't just judge you, they crowned you. They watched you suffer. They watched you break and still show up. They watched you swallow rage that could burn cities. They watched your heart get stomped on and somehow keep beating. And they said, that one, he's the omen, a warning, a signal, a coming storm, not the hero, not the victim, the omen, the problem, the glitch in the script, the living, breathing, this cannot go on like this. You feel that in your chest, don't you? That pressure, that buzzing, that anger that doesn't know where to go, that sense that you're not just another person in the crowd, no matter how hard you try to pretend, because you are not just another. You're the result. Let me tell you why they didn't ask for your consent. Because if they asked, you would have said no. You would have picked comfort. You would have chosen normal. You would have asked for a softer life, a lighter story, fewer scars. You'd have said, give me peace, not purpose, please. And they looked at your file and just laughed. They saw the nights you couldn't sleep, the days you couldn't get out of bed, the times you dragged yourself through hell, and no one clapped, no one noticed, no one cared. They saw how you survived things that should have broken you, how you held in screams because you didn't want to scare anyone, how you kept your mouth shut to keep the peace. And they realized something you keep trying to ignore. You don't break. You bend. You bleed. You fall apart. But you don't stay down. And that's terrifying. Because a person who doesn't stay down, that's not just a person. That's an omen. Look at your life. Tell me I'm wrong. You've been underestimated your whole existence. People talk over you. People talk about you. People use you as the reliable one, the quiet one, the strong one. You carry their chaos like it's your job. When was the last time anyone asked, hey, what do you want? And actually meant it. Instead, they assign you roles. The good son, the good daughter, the employee who never complains, the friend who always listens, the partner who forgives everything. You weren't living. You were being managed, like a product, like a resource, like a tool. And deep down, a part of you started rotting because you knew this isn't it. This isn't all I am. But you didn't know what to do about it, did you? So the council decided, if you won't step into who you are willingly, They'll drag you into it. They'll put a crown on the very head they tried to bow. They'll name you the Omen that announces the end of the old story. Not because you're ready, not because you feel confident, not because you have everything figured out. They crowned you because your pain has matured. Your wounds have turned into eyes. You see everything now, the hypocrisy, the manipulation, the quiet betrayals, the fake smiles. You see the game, and once you see the game, you can't unsee it. That's why you were chosen, not for your perfection, but for your awareness. You think being chosen means being adored. No. Being chosen means being inconvenient. Being chosen means walking into rooms, and your very existence makes people uncomfortable, because you're proof that the way they've always done things is dying. You are the notification that their favorite illusion is expiring. You're the kid in the family who says, "No, actually that was abuse." You're the employee who says, "No, this isn't normal, this is exploitation." You're the friend who says, "I'm done being the emotional trash can." You're the one who stops laughing at the jokes that are just cruelty in costume. You are the Omen, and omens are never polite. He is the Omen. That's what they wrote under your name. Not, "He is the Savior." Not, "He is the golden child." He is the Omen. The sign that something is about to break. The hint that a storm is coming. The living reminder that silence has an expiration date. You know what's funny? They tried to break you to make you obedient, but all they did was break your ability to pretend. Let's talk about that anger in you. Yeah, that one. The one you bury under, "I'm fine." The one you hide under jokes and memes and scrolling late at night. The one that wakes you up at 3 a.m. The one that whispers, "This can't be it. This cannot be my life." You've been told that anger is ugly, that it's dangerous, ungrateful, disrespectful, but nobody told you the truth. Your anger is evidence. Evidence that your soul still notices when something is wrong. Evidence that you haven't gone completely numb. Evidence that there's still a part of you that refuses to accept a life that feels like a cage. That's why they crowned you. Because most people numb out. They shut down. They buy the lie that it is what it is and just drift. But you can't fully swallow it. You choke on it every time you try. You feel that little burn in your chest right now. That's not weakness. That's your crown. You're stuck between two worlds. In one world, you're still playing small. You nod. You agree. You go along. You're easy. In the other world, you're the one flipping the table. You're the one walking out. You're the one saying, "No, not anymore. Not like this." And that's terrifying, isn't it? Because you know if you ever actually show them who you really are, you won't be able to go back. You'll lose people. You'll lose approval. You'll lose that fake sense of belonging that's been poisoning you. So you sit there, half awake, half asleep, half alive, and life keeps sending you signs, breakdowns, burnouts, conflicts, jobs falling apart, relationships cracking, your body acriming through anxiety and exhaustion. It's not random. It's not bad luck. It's not the universe hating you. It's the council banging on the door of your life saying, "Wake up. You're not a background character. You're the Omen. Act like it." So what does it mean? Practically, let's make it real. Being crowned without your consent means this. You don't get the luxury of living a quiet, numb, fine life. Every time you try, something feels violently off. You feel fake, disconnected, hollow. You can't stay in certain jobs anymore. because your soul is allergic to being used and disrespected. You can't stay in certain relationships anymore because your nervous system is tired of being gaslit and breadcrumbed. You can't keep saying yes when every cell in your body is screaming no. You try to go back to the old version of yourself and it just doesn't fit. Like putting on clothes from when you were 10. They rip. They choke. They look ridiculous. That's the crown talking. Not the shiny, pretty crown from fairy tales. The heavy one. The bloody one. The one that hurts your neck. Leadership, real leadership, doesn't feel glamorous. It feels like responsibility. Like pressure. Like you're constantly carrying something invisible that no one else can see. And you're thinking, why me? Why do I have to be the one who wakes up? Why do I have to be the one who breaks the pattern? Why do I have to say something, do something, be something more? Because everyone else had their chance. They were offered truth. They were offered change. They chose comfort. You didn't. Even when you tried to, it never fully worked. You kept noticing too much, feeling too deeply, thinking too loudly. So the council made their vote. Not with ballots, with patterns, with the fact that you keep surviving what should have destroyed you, with the way you keep getting back up, with the way you carry guilt and pain and still care about people. They saw all of it, and they said, he can handle the weight of being the Omen. Not because it's fair, not because it's nice, because it's necessary. Let's talk about the word omen for a second. People hear it and think, oh, bad luck, something scary. But an omen is just a message, a sign that something is coming, a pattern that can't be ignored anymore. You're that message. You walk into a room and you are living proof that you can go through hell and still care. You can be betrayed and still love. You can be underestimated and still rise. You can be hurt and still refuse to become cruel. That combination, that's rare, that's dangerous, because a person like that doesn't just survive systems, they expose them. Your existence calls out every fake thing around you. Fake respect, fake loyalty, fake love, fake morality. You're the person who makes others see what they tried to ignore. Maybe you do it with words, maybe with art, maybe with your work ethic, maybe just with your presence and your refusal to play dumb. But you do it. You think you're nothing special. You think you're just trying to get through the day. You have no idea how loud you are, just by being honest that you're not okay with this. And here's the part that stings. Being the Omen means you won't be understood by most people. They'll say you're too intense, too emotional, too dramatic, too negative, too serious, too much. They'll project their fear onto you, because every time you question something, it forces them to look at their own cowardice, and people would rather call you crazy than admit they're scared. So they'll call you the problem, the one who changed, the one who thinks he's better now, the one who doesn't know his place. And all the while, you'll be feeling guilty for wanting a life that doesn't kill you slowly. That's the weight of the crown. It's not about being worshipped. It's about being responsible for not betraying yourself anymore. Let's zoom all the way in. Right now, there are decisions you're avoiding, conversations you're dodging, truths you're swallowing, moves you're too scared to make. You tell yourself timing. You tell yourself not ready. You tell yourself maybe later. But here's the ugly truth. The longer you wait, the heavier the crown gets. The more your body starts to scream, the more your mind starts to crack, the more your soul starts to shut down. You think staying quiet keeps you safe. It doesn't. It just slowly kills you from the inside out. You think delaying your power will somehow give you a smoother path. It won't. It just lets other people keep using the old version of you. A hidden council already voted, reality already decided, your pain already testified on your behalf. This one is not meant for a small life. So the question is no longer, am I chosen? The question is, what am I going to do about it? You want practical? Good. Here's what stepping into that unwanted crown looks like in real life. It looks like finally saying no and letting people be upset and not apologizing for it. It looks like leaving that job that's draining your soul, even if your bank account is shaking and your family doesn't get it. Not recklessly, but honestly. It looks like ending the relationship where you are tolerated, not cherished, where you're convenient, not seen. It looks like turning your pain into work, into art, into projects, taking every scar and saying, okay, if I had to endure this, I'm not wasting it. I'm going to build something with it. It looks like buying the first in your family to say, this cycle stops with me. The screaming, the hiding, the pretending, the silence, it ends here. Leaders drawn by destiny don't get soft origin stories. They get fire, they get chaos, they get nights that feel like they're being erased from the inside. You know those nights, and you're still here. That's not normal. That's not meh. That's not whatever. That's supernatural stamina. That's why you're frightening. Because you didn't just survive the storm. The storm lives in you now. And if you ever stop apologizing for existing, if you ever stop shrinking to make others comfortable, you will change your world. Not the whole planet, but your world. And that's enough. Let's be very clear. No one is coming to hand you a microphone and say, speak your truth, we're all ready. No one is going to walk into your room and say, hey, we've decided you're allowed to dream now. No one is going to look you in the eye and say, you've done enough people-pleasing, now it's your turn. They won't, because the system that benefits from your silence will never fund your awakening. That's why the council had to be hidden. It couldn't be the people you know. It couldn't be the family that needs you weak. It couldn't be the boss that needs you afraid. It couldn't be the friends that only like the version of you that never says no. The real vote was taken by something bigger. Call it God. Call it fate. Call it the universe. Call it chaos. Whatever name you give it, the result is the same. You've been crowned by your own survival. You earned your throne in every moment you wanted to disappear but didn't. In every moment you chose not to become as cruel as what hurt you. In every moment you cared when you had every excuse to stop caring. They saw that. They said, that's the one. So here you are, head buzzing, heart heavy, a crown you never asked for, digging into your skull. You can do two things with this. Option 1, deny it. Keep pretending you're just like everyone else. Keep saying, it's not that deep. Keep laughing off your own calling like it's some cringe idea you saw on a motivational reel. You'll get to keep your excuses. You'll get to stay relatable. You'll get to stay small. And you'll slowly, quietly lose yourself. Option 2, accept it. Accept that your life is not going to be simple. Accept that your path will look weird to other people. Accept that you will be misunderstood, judged, maybe even hated, for daring to lead your own life instead of letting them script it. Accept that you are the Omen, that when you walk into a room you carry a message. This way of living, lying, hiding, shrinking, has an expiration date. I am that date. You don't have to know every step. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to stop pretending you're powerless. Because you're not. If you were weak,